Michael joins us this morning. Good morning to you, Michael. What's new?
Good morning, Joe. Good morning, Oluchi. A lot is happening concerning the COVID-19 pandemic in Africa. But I can tell you for a fact that there is good news coming from Nigeria as the government has announced that inbound passengers arriving in the country would no longer be required to take a pre-departure PCR COVID-19 test. This was disclosed by the media aide to the presidency, Tolu Ogunlesi, on Monday, and it comes as Nigerians have been questioning the need to take a PCR test while arriving in Nigeria, when most countries had dropped the laws. I'm going to just show you real quick the tweet from Tolu Ogunlesi right there. That's the tweet from him, effective Monday, 4th of April 2022. Inbound fully vaccinated passengers arriving in Nigeria will no longer be required to take a pre-departure PCR test. Now, instead, a free rapid antigen test will be administered within the airport arrival hall. There's a second tweet I'll need you to look at real quick. Now, passengers who are unvaccinated or partially vaccinated shall take a COVID-19 PCR test 48 hours before departure or do a day 2 and day 7 test on arrival. Such passengers will be expected to pay for their PCR test through the travel platform. That's a tweet from Tolu Ogunlesi. Now, recall that earlier this year, the Lagos State government said that the reduction of the cost of the COVID-19 PCR test went down from 50,400 naira to 45,250 naira, and this was only available at the accredited private laboratories. You know, I had some friends who actually came into the country some weeks back, and according to them, they paid some amount of money, which of course is about 45,000 naira plus, but they said they didn't get any test when they arrived the country. But this is a story we'll keep following for you, and it's a big story. You know, lockdowns being lifted, the travel protocols being reviewed across so many African countries, not just in Nigeria. Now it's taking me to South Africa, where the government says it has significantly decreased the country's COVID-19 restrictions, including those on gatherings. Now, in a national address, the president, Cyril Ramaphosa, said the country is moving away from managing the pandemic through disaster regulations and would in future use health provisions, adding that new health regulations would be published for public comment. Among the notable changes is that masks will no longer be required outdoors, and of course, an increase in the number of people allowed at funerals have doubled from 100 to 200. Let's hear what Ramaphosa had to say during that announcement.
The pandemic has changed the way we work, the way we travel, the way we worship and socialize, the way we play and watch sport. It has shattered many livelihoods and devastated our economy, leading to the closure of many businesses and the loss of some 2 million jobs. Yet it has also shown South Africans to be a caring and compassionate people, coming to each other's assistance at the hour of the greatest need. When we were called upon to observe restrictions on movement, gatherings and various activities, as South Africans, we did so, knowing that it is for the sake of our health and lives and the good of the country. Over the past 2 years, we have taken unprecedented actions to strengthen our health system. We hired more people to deal with the pandemic, built more hospital and laboratory capacity, and ensured that COVID patients are well.
And of course, that's South African President Cyril Ramaphosa making that announcement, talking about those restrictions, you know, that has been eased there in South Africa as we keep on ensuring that we do what we can to fight this COVID-19 pandemic that's been with us for going to 3 years now. Not just talking about South Africa, some of those reviews, it's been, you know, stated in some other African countries, Zimbabwe as well, you know, and also when you're talking about COVID-19, you're also talking about Hong Kong. A part of Hong Kong is also lifting sanctions starting from today, Wednesday, the 23rd of March 2022. Now, let me also tell you that the pandemic is not just ravaging Africa. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki tested positive for COVID-19 and will not be joining President Joe Biden on his upcoming trip to Europe. So let's not see some of these relaxations in travel restrictions to mean an end to the pandemic. Instead, we should actually see it as what should propel us to do more in ensuring that we get vaccinated. We know of the whole issue with vaccine hesitancy in Africa. Let us do more right there. That is the White House press secretary right there on your screen, Saki, as she tested positive for COVID-19. And we hope that she definitely comes out of it strong. Now, before I let you go, it's important I bring you the numbers from Africa CDC, talking about the numbers of the cases that Africa has recorded. Now, according to Africa CDC, the continent of Africa has recorded 11,674,454 COVID-19 cases, while the death toll stands at 252,189. Now, recoveries stand at 9,810,850. Let's take it global now and let you know what the global figures are looking like, talking about the global COVID-19 index. Now, cases all over the world stands at 470,839,745. Now, the death toll stands at 6,092,933. Now, number of administered vaccines stands at 10,925,055,390. That's talking about the COVID-19 global index right there on your screen. Please, let's do what we can. Let us stay safe. Let us use those face masks in as much as some of these sanctions and restrictions are being lifted. And some places like in South Africa, the nose mask will not be needed as well. So a friend of mine actually talked to me yesterday from the US talking about the fact that, the mask is no longer mandatory. You can either choose to use it or not use it. But please, let us all stay safe out there. Back to you, Joe and Oluchi.
Thank you so much, Mike. Thank you. Thank you for bringing us up to speed with everything that's happening. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. My pleasure.